My mother was the Queen for a very long time. And although you kind of know that this might happen, you don't really think about it.
Bows and curses to the king, and no one moves a limb, a muscle when Camilla passes. The ability to have somebody who is kind of epitomizes what you think your country stands for after years of tension and conflict. Camilla's removal from Buckingham Palace seems to have become a reality. Prince Anne reportedly made a revealing comment that triggered the decision, though Anne hasn't directly expressed hostility. There are growing signs that Princess Kate shares a similar stance on Camilla, further supporting the move. So how did things get to this point? What roles are Princess Anne and Kate playing behind the scenes? Join us as we look into Princess Anne's shocking revelation and the brewing tension behind the palace doors that has sent Queen Camilla packing. Tension in the palace. The royal family is not as perfect as it may seem in films. Behind the scenes, there are careful efforts to maintain a good public image, but also hidden tensions and struggles for power. Family members often have to balance their personal feelings with their responsibilities to the crown. The media constantly watches them, making sure that every action is examined. The pressure to uphold family loyalty and public duty can create challenges, and sometimes this leads to conflicts and tension within the royal family. These behind-the-scenes struggles are a far cry from the glamorous image often portrayed. This time it seems that the princesses are at loggerheads with the Queen Consort. Camilla and Princess Anne are at the forefront of the whole dispute. Lately, Anne has stepped out to voice her views about the Queen, and she doesn't seem to be mincing words at all. Apparently, Anne believes that Camilla is unfit to rule the British monarchy as Queen. As such, she urges everyone not to refer to her as Queen. This view comes from the notion that Camilla and her brother King Charles were having an affair while Lady Diana was still alive. But then could it be all that from the history books? We've heard numerous scandal stories surrounding royals such as King George IV's marriage to the Catholic widow Maria Fitzherbert, King Henry VII's pursuit of a male heir that led him to initiate the English Reformation to annul his marriage to Catherine of Aragon, and many more. So it's safe to say that very few royals have a clean closet. Back at the palace, how is it that Princess Anne's view of Camilla is different? We'll get to that, but first, let's get an overview of what the British royal family is like. You should know that while the royal family might have a polished image in the eyes of the public, they have a lot of dark truths and have long been a hotbed of tension and power struggles. The fact that they are able to maintain the stance that everything is fine amongst them is what makes them a topic of interest for many. The drama surrounding the British royal family is far from new. It dates back many generations, from deep-rooted rivalries and scandalous affairs to whispered betrayals and hidden feuds. History has witnessed it all, yet the latest chapter in the royal saga is one that no one could have predicted. At the heart of this new controversy are King Charles, Camilla, the princes, the princesses, and almost the entire royal family. Their every move is being closely watched by the public, from their public appearances to even the smallest exchanges of glances. Every detail is being analyzed for any signs of tension. This constant scrutiny has sparked a never-ending cycle of speculation, creating rumors about alliances, grudges, and even power struggles that unfold behind the palace walls. The public's thirst for royal drama is clear, and the royals are well aware of it. That's why they've carefully crafted their public image over the years. However, despite the elegant exterior, all is not as pristine as it seems within Buckingham Palace. It's fair to say the cracks in the royal family became more apparent with Camilla's rise from being Charles's controversial partner to becoming his Queen Consort. Her rise didn't just cause a split in public opinion, it led to resentment among members of the royal family themselves. This resentment is at the core of the current issues we are seeing, and it's what we will dive into here. Adding fuel to this already tense situation are Harry and Meghan. Their exit from royal duties has further. The public's obsession with the royals, fueled by their recent interviews often critical of the family, only complicates the monarchy's efforts to uphold its polished image. Despite the royal family's ability to maintain an outwardly united front, conflict is no stranger to them. However, what we are witnessing today seems far deeper than the usual royal tensions. What once seemed like normal family disagreements has escalated into a much more profound and impactful issue. The situation is now something that could potentially reshape the royal family as we know it. At the center of this conflict lies Princess Anne. Apparently, she has made a shocking revelation about Camilla, pointing her out as one of the threats to the royal system. This revelation has made the monarchy reconsider Camilla's position in the system, hence, they've come to a conclusion to remove her from the royal family. The current situation at Buckingham Palace is anything but straightforward, with numerous potential outcomes. Even those watching from the outside struggle to follow the rapidly unfolding events. It has become increasingly clear that within the royal family, there are members who may not fully support or respect Camilla's role as Queen Consort. Despite the family's polished public image, tensions regarding her position have started to emerge, causing speculation about the future of the monarchy and the dynamics within it. From past accounts, Princess Anne and Princess Kate are more peaceful and duty-conscious members of the royal family. While Anne spends most of her time fulfilling royal duties, Kate is considered the most stable presence in the family and rarely engages in controversy. So, how did this duo come to play a hand in Camilla's welfare in Buckingham Palace? This is the part where things start to get interesting. When examining the relationships within Buckingham Palace, you can clearly admit that Camilla and Princess Anne aren't exactly the best of buddies. In fact, it's not just Camilla. Princess Anne's stern beliefs and no-nonsense attitude often make it difficult for her to form close bonds within the family. Her strong principles and commitment to duty have guided her throughout her royal career, and it's this dedication that has earned her a respected place in the family. Due to her approach, every member recognizes her contributions and accords her the respect she has rightfully earned over the years. But then the problem is that while Anne's approach towards her duties has been commendable, she has proven herself to be an extremist when it comes to the affairs of the monarch. That being said, Princess Anne is always determined to get rid of any obstacle that might pose a threat to the royal family. Princess Anne has expressed strong reservations about Queen Camilla's position and her suitability as Queen Consort. She revealed concerns about Camilla's influence over King Charles and her controversial past, particularly her role in the tumultuous relationship between Charles and the late Princess Diana. As it stands, in the eyes of Anne, the threat that the royal family faces is the Queen Consort Camilla. This view of hers became known to us right after the confrontation she had with Queen Camilla at the coronation dinner. From how heated the quarrel was, it became clear that Camilla's influence had long declined in the eyes of the royals. While it's quite uncertain how far back the tension had been brewing, we were able to see just how deep the fault lines within the family ran as Charles ascended the throne. But is it only Princess Anne that seems to stand against Camilla? Princess Kate doesn't approve of Camilla, well, not quite. Another key member of the family who plays a significant role in this dynamic is Princess Kate. Known for her calm demeanor and diplomatic approach, Kate has largely stayed out of the controversy surrounding Camilla. However, her silence may indicate her discomfort with the situation. While she has not openly criticized Camilla, her actions and lack of vocal support suggest that, like Anne, she may not fully embrace Camilla's role. While the family holds values such as duty, service, and privacy dear, tradition remains their most cherished value. This bond to royal ancestry, upheld through observing tradition, reinforces their identity. However, a breach in tradition could quickly cause chaos in Buckingham Palace. This is exactly what the royal family is facing now. During the coronation, Kate failed to bow to Camilla, and this act is symbolic of deeper tensions. Such gestures, or lack thereof, continue to fuel speculation and controversy. It still boils down to tradition. You see, amongst royals, bowing or curtsying is a gesture of respect, but it isn't entirely restricted to just that. Aside from being a respectful gesture, it is also a ritual and duty that is done to depict the hierarchy of the royals within the monarchy. In theory, what this basically means is that from the way royals bow to each other, you should be able to tell who is higher in the ranking of the royal family. According to Hello magazine, Kate Middleton's actions during the coronation were particularly scrutinized. Some interpreted her choice not to curtsy as a subtle signal of personal reservations about Camilla's role as Queen Consort. However, it is essential to note that no official statements or reports confirm such tensions. Instead, Kate's behavior may align with a broader trend of modernizing the monarchy's image and practices by opting for a more subtle gesture like a nod. She may have been balancing tradition with practicality, ensuring her actions were respectful without appearing overly formal. As it stands, Camilla, the Queen Consort, ranks higher than Princess Kate. So, it was expected that she would bow when she met with Camilla and then bow again after they had departed from each other. But that never happened. Instead, Kate simply nodded at the Queen Consort in a subtle way when she met her. Quite true in the eyes of many, this gesture can be easily overlooked, but that doesn't mean it is excusable. But then this is Princess Kate Middleton we are talking about here. Being married to Prince William and having ascended the throne to become the Duchess of Cambridge and the Princess of Wales, she had the opportunity to learn about all the traditions of the British royal family. It could have been from public events or even family gatherings. Anyway, the royal tradition has always surrounded her. Yet here she was, as she boldly looked the Queen Consort in the eye and disregarded one of the most crucial things, bowing. In truth, this sacrilege could only mean one thing to both the family and the public: Princess Kate does not approve of Camilla's position as Queen Consort. It's possible that the whole scenario would have played out differently if it had been Lady Diana as Queen Consort. Wouldn't you agree? One thing we've come to realize is that most of the royals don't really like Camilla, especially with the way she succeeded to the throne from time to time. Not just the royals, but the citizens can't help but wonder what if it was Lady Diana as Queen Consort. Things definitely might have turned out differently, and there would have been less tension in Buckingham Palace. When all things are considered, things might have even been different with the princes. Maybe Prince Harry wouldn't have left the palace and the princes wouldn't have had so many conflicts all the time. So, let's say that the princess had approached Camilla with this mindset. This could explain why she acted the way she did. Still, we are trying really hard not to make excuses for Princess Kate here. As things are, Princess Kate would most likely be the future Queen Consort once Prince William becomes king. Basically, she is posing as an exemplary figure for those after her line of succession. That being said, it wouldn't be fair to always put feelings first before making decisions pertaining to royal affairs. Instead, she is supposed to make sacrifices to ensure that there is absolute law and order within Buckingham Palace. While we are at it, talking about all that must have caused the neglect, let's not rule out the possibility that she might have just decided to disregard bowing altogether. Of course, as we know, the royal monarch system has been going through a kind of metamorphosis in recent years with King Charles at the helm of it all. Their goal is to ensure that their way of operating somehow falls in line with the way things are in the 21st century. Due to these changes, we expect that the royal family will drop a couple of laws or ideologies and adopt newer ones that somehow ease into the current way of life. Still, while they are trying to do this, the aim is also to ensure that this transition doesn't in any way affect the major core values that define the British monarchy system. That said, it's possible that bowing is one of those traditions that are looking to be curbed out from the way of things. Looking at things on the outside, it turns out that the public has a different reaction to Kate's decision. Apparently, in an era where the royal family is expected to adapt to modern values, some find it refreshing when members of the royal family get to stand out and defy rigid protocols. For them, this rebellion goes ahead to show that indeed there are royals with individual thoughts, and they aren't all puppet heads who have been fed with centuries-old pages of traditions and values to follow. Basically, it is all about what they find relatable and outstanding in the royal family. On the other hand, it doesn't change the fact that there are a whole lot of strong believers in the royal system who value the formality and structure that gestures provide. For many within the royal family, curtsying represents more than just respect for an individual, it signifies upholding centuries-old traditions. They believe no royal should consider themselves above these long-standing traditions. As their influence within the family grows, everyone is expected to be more meticulous about their adherence to royal protocols. Even with the expectations placed upon the princess, it's evident that the controversy surrounding her and Camilla is more than just a matter of etiquette. It reflects broader views on how the monarchy might evolve over time. This subtle transition will likely continue as the younger generation ascends. The speed of this evolution depends on the level of acceptance within the royal family itself. Some royals might find it challenging to accept certain individuals or changes within Buckingham Palace. It has been reported that Princess Anne also expressed significant displeasure towards Camilla. The royal drama surrounding Camilla Parker Bowles, the Queen Consort of the United Kingdom, has been a long-standing feature of her life, primarily due to her relationship with King Charles III and its impact on his first marriage to Princess Diana. While she has received both criticism and praise throughout the years, her past continues to influence public perception. The most well-known controversy surrounding Camilla is her prolonged affair with Charles while he was married to Princess Diana. Their relationship began before his marriage to Diana, and despite his marriage in 1981, the affair continued. This significantly strained the royal marriage and subjected them to intense public scrutiny. Princess Diana famously referred to Camilla as the third person in her marriage, and the media often portrayed Camilla as the cause of the marriage's breakdown. In a 1994 televised interview with Jonathan Dimbleby, Charles admitted to the affair, a bombshell revelation that further damaged both his and Camilla's public reputations. The public's initial reaction to Camilla was overwhelmingly negative. Many, especially Diana supporters, viewed her as the reason for the royal divorce. For many years, Camilla was unpopular in the UK. The British public deeply admired Princess Diana, and Camilla was often seen as the woman who had shattered this beloved royal marriage. Following Princess Diana's tragic death in 1997, public sentiment towards Camilla began to soften. However, her reputation remained tarnished, and she rarely appeared in public during the early years of her relationship with Charles. As Charles and Camilla's relationship became more public, many still viewed her as a divisive figure. Although she attended royal events, her presence was often met with mixed reactions, particularly from those who felt loyal to Diana's memory. It wasn't until her marriage to Charles in 2005 that the royal family made a concerted effort to officially recognize Camilla's role. She was given the title of Princess Consort instead of Queen Consort, as it was believed the British public was not yet ready to accept her as queen. The decision to title Camilla Princess Consort rather than Queen Consort was another point of contention and further fueled discussions about her role within the royal family. When Charles ascended to the throne in 2022, it was announced that Camilla would become Queen Consort. This announcement met with mixed reactions. Some Diana supporters who still harbored strong feelings about the past expressed their displeasure with Camilla assuming the title of Queen Consort, arguing that she was not a suitable replacement for. Although the decision to give her the title of Queen was officially made by Charles, it continued to stir debates in the media. For many people, especially those who had admired Diana, the idea of Camilla taking on the role of Queen was seen as a betrayal of Diana's legacy. Over time, Camilla has tried to forge her own path within the royal family, often focusing on charity work and her public duty. She has supported various causes such as literacy programs and animal welfare and has built her own reputation as a charity patron. Despite this, her past has continued to cast a shadow over her actions as critics remain skeptical of her role and motives. In recent years, Camilla has worked to be seen as a positive figure within the royal family. Her charity work, particularly in supporting victims of domestic violence, has helped improve her public image. She has also worked to distance herself from the controversial aspects of her past, focusing on her charitable efforts and public duties. However, despite these efforts, there remain some people who continue to view her with skepticism, especially those who feel that the royal family's history with Diana has been swept under the rug. In addition to the real-life controversies, Camilla's image has been further shaped by her portrayals in the media. Particularly in films and television shows like The Crown, her affair with Charles and its impact on Diana have been dramatized, continuing to bring the controversy to the forefront of public discussion. These portrayals have often depicted Camilla as a manipulative figure, which has only added to the public's mixed feelings about her. Her portrayal in the media has often been a source of tension, with critics claiming that it does not fully capture her charitable work or the person she has become. However, the reality of her past cannot be ignored, and the continued focus on her relationship with Charles and Diana's tragic death ensures that Camilla remains a divisive figure. As Queen Consort, Camilla has worked to establish herself as an important member of the royal family, yet her legacy is still linked to her past. Public opinion about her continues to be influenced by the history of her relationship with Charles as well as her role in the breakdown of his marriage to Diana. However, with time, some people have come to accept Camilla's role in the royal family, recognizing that she has grown into her position. While controversies surrounding her past will likely continue to persist, it is clear that Camilla has played a crucial role in shaping the modern monarchy. Her story is one of redemption and perseverance as she has worked to shed her controversial past and build a new future for herself in the royal family. Despite the controversies, she has continued to serve her royal duties and support charitable causes, making her a key figure in the British monarchy today. Camilla's life and role in the royal family have been marked by controversy, from her affair with Charles to her role as Queen Consort. Her legacy remains complicated. However, her dedication to charity work and her position within the royal family show that she has worked hard to reshape her image over time. The controversies surrounding her will likely continue, but they are part of a larger story of a woman who has navigated a complex and often challenging path. What are your thoughts? Do you think Princess Anne has justifiable grounds against Camilla?